In the dead of winter, Madison's rich musical presence is alive and well in the city's many venues. In our brand new segment, Morning Notes, News 3 producer Matt Clark and photojournalist Chris Hawbaker take us to the Malt House on the east side where American roots music is finding a home.
Could be a spoonful of coffee, could be a spoonful of tea. Just love Spook, your precious little baby. Good enough for me.
My father had like 3 records. 2 of them were Johnny Cash. And then the third one was a country music record that my mom got with like some box tops or something that had a bunch of hits on it. I wore those things out. We grew up in a small town in the Midwest, and the idea that a person like, me could do music, that, I didn't have really examples. There wasn't anybody playing live music around back then and where I grew up. Then it took another, decades before I started playing out in front of people.
How we listen to them big chicks.
Yeah, we love Madison. We love Madison history, and this is part of it. This is Madison history right here.
Malt House has been around 10 years this coming June. We're on East Washington Avenue, right at Milwaukee Street. Well, this building was built in the 1950s to replace a 2-story building that used to be the Union House Tavern. The wooden bar and the back bar are pre-Civil War. Since the 1850s, possibly 1854, Union soldiers used to stand and drink at this bar.
Saw you rise behind the dark in Lindsay. You were driving my old car. Took me a long time to forget about.
I play a lot of classical music and a lot of traditional Irish music. Dave and I met years ago at an open mic. Started getting together, hanging out in my basement. Enough of just hanging out, let's actually do the band thing. This is the local pub. It's an above-ground version of my basement with a lot more beer, spacious enough to fill it up with all our friends and people that like to hear good music. My father was a classical pianist. My mother's family hailed from Ireland, and I grew up listening to Bach and Beethoven and the Chieftains, lots of Irish groups. I was raised into it that way.
Like a beast with its horn. Like a babe, stillborn, I have saved on my ribbon.
I met Kevin Youngs many years ago. Of course, he's a member of the Kissers. He introduced me to David hearing at a Willie Street Festival. And we're talking about forming a roots-based Americana sort of group. There's so much entertainment out there and so many ways to spend your time outside of going to see live music. Whether it be video games or sitting at home watching a Blu-ray disc or whatever it is, we're out here, we've got all these fans, there's so many talented musicians in the city. Yeah, come on out.
All right, that's that old red bandana.
Thanks again to News 3 photojournalist Chris Hawbaker and producer Matt Clark. You can catch Don't Spook the Horse's free shows at the Malt House on the 3rd Wednesday of every month.